Hi everybody. Let me tell you about a print that went wrong, and a print that went wrong, and a print that went wrong, and a print, and a print, and a print. How did it go wrong, you ask? Well, it's a sad tale, but it was clogging. It was jamming. It wouldn't print. It wouldn't feed. The nozzle just wouldn't keep up. Was it the wrong speed? The wrong setting? Was it the extruder motor? Was there a clog? Was it a Bowden tube? What was it? I had no idea. But it would get 1 to 2 layers in and clog. And this is an ender tube. Ender tubes are not supposed to do that. Ender tubes are the simplest, mechanically sound, reliable printers they are. Fantastic quality, except now. And it was out of the blue. There was no warning signs, and it was gone. And my most reliable printer was no longer my friend. I don't know, I don't get it. I just fixed my A5 and then my Ender 2 goes out. I had no idea what it could be. So let's go through the process so we can find out how to get it working and make me a happy printer on the next episode of Average Joe's 3D. So for today's episode, we're going to have to go deep into Average Joe's labs to find the Ender 2 that's causing such a problem and get it working. Let's go. We have our Ender 2. It's clogged, so you do what you would normally do with a clog like this, right? The first thing you do is you would make sure all the nuts, bolts, belts are all tightened up, and then you go to use one of the tools like this. Just a little wire, you stick it up there. I was still clogged. So you do the next thing. You go ahead and take the nozzle out. Now, you can take the nozzle out either using the tools provided or using one of these sockets, which is much easier to use. One of these guys here, because it just fits up onto the nozzle and you can just take it out. So you take out your nozzle, okay? Here we go. So that is out. And then it's still clogged. So you go ahead and you take another tool, usually this tool here, and you loosen this up, right? I've already done it. And you take it out. There we go. After, of course, you've preheated to 185 degrees, you go ahead and pull this out, which it comes out. And then to clean it, I always just take some old filament like this and push it down inside. When you push it down, it should go all the way through and come out the bottom, as you see it there. A lot of times, if there's something stuck in between where the Bowden tube pushes down into the hot end before it goes to the nozzle, if there's a little bit of space in between them, it can build up some gunk, and this would push it through. Works great. So I did all this with my hot end. I even took the whole hot end off. Within 1 or 2 layers, it was completely clogging up where it wouldn't feed anymore. Over and over and over again. And my equipment was working and my prints weren't printing. Couldn't figure it out. So now we come to the fork in the road. We know that it's clean. Okay, we know that it's tight. We know that everything we expect an Ender 2 to do, it seems to be doing. So we have to ask ourselves in troubleshooting, is it still something mechanical? Am I going to order parts from Amazon to fix it? Or is it something software related where I can just make a change or tweak in software and get it working? Well, in this case, I decided to test the G-code. I went ahead and printed out the original print that came with the printer, the cat. Lucky Cat. Lucky Cat printed perfectly. When I tried to print something, it clogged up immediately. So now I know There's something different in the G code between Lucky Cat and what I was using and have been using for over a year. Okay, so it's got to be my FFF, my file, my profile for a printer. It has to be. Now, fortunately, I downloaded from today's 3D print. It's Chris. He publishes all of his printer profiles. So what I did was I went into File, and I went to, well, actually, the first thing I did was I went into Edit Process. And it said, Enter to, you're not working. Let's go to Click on You, click on Remove, and I removed the Enter to profile. Okay? And then I went to File, and I went ahead and selected Import an FFF profile. If you don't have one, like I say, you can download it from today's 3D print. That's not a problem. And over here, which is way up there, let me go back to it. File. See here where it says Import a FFF. I'm clicking on that. Then I'm looking for my Ender 2 profile. Okay, so I have an Ender 2 FFF file, and I'm hitting Open, and it says the following profile has been successfully imported. Cool. Now I'm going to go ahead and edit the process. It all looks good. Maybe a little bit less of that. Go here, prepare to print. Now when I printed it out, it printed out perfectly. I tried the same print on my second Ender 2. That printed perfectly as well. So it was software. Now, where did this come from? Well, every time that you change profiles and change printers, exit. Let me zoom in a little bit. So every time you click on Edit Process down here, we go, and you change. Now look how many printers I have, okay? I have Creality, I have my Aurora AG5, I have my FL Sun Cricut, and I have an Ender 2. Over here. There we go. I have all these printers. I didn't know where it was pointed. Every time I switch from one printer to another, I boot up, it says, do you want to save your Ender settings? See where it says that? It says, do you want to save the changes you made to your default profile to switch to like the Creality CR10? If you're not paying attention and say yes, that means that every time that you make a change, it's saving a setting, and then saving a setting, and saving a setting, and it compounds itself until you don't know what settings you have on any profile at any given time because you keep on changing it. So every once in a while it's a good idea to do some house cleaning and just delete your profiles and put your good one in. Now you always want to save a really good profile, just save it so you can go back later and reload it into your software. Because if not, you'll end up with what I had, and that's a printer profile I had no idea what was set to because I made so many changes and it just wouldn't print. Let's go to the print of the week. I'm a big fan of Calvin and Hobbes, like many people are. I went to My Mini Factory. I found a great Hobbes print. This is not built up. This is to scale, the original scale, which is pretty amazing because it's nice and tall, as you can see. Really happy with it. And this is one of the prints I love because it comes in pieces. You're printing in color. So there are many pieces that you can print. The fur is white, the soft fur, the back fur is going to be purple instead of red or orange. You put the hands, the feet, everything together. Even the stripes, as you can see, the stripes are all 2 layers of filament that you print flat, and then you can take them and wrap them around as you glue them, and make stripes that contour to the model, which is great. All the pieces are put together with, let me move this over here, with little notches. You see that notch? It lines up with the notch here, so when you glue it together, it's just not flat. There's substance connecting it together so that it's really firm and solid and it's not coming apart. So if you're looking for a Hobbs, or even they even have Calvin, something that's a lot of fun to put together, something that's more like a kit that you can spend some time putting it together and customizing the different colors, because it's all not just one piece, but so many different pieces. You can print them in as many different colors as you want. This is really the way to go. I'll go ahead and provide a link below, and this is from Calvin and Hobbs, My Mini Universe, My Mini Factory, and this is Hobbs.